Whoa, grinding till I get a mill. All I want is dollar bills. Stacking higher than some hills. Messing with my cake probably get you killed.
What's going on, y'all? It's Micah. I'm back here with another video. In today's video, we're gonna be reacting to what is sex like for porn stars. It's another sex ed video, so yeah, we're just gonna jump right into this. But before we do, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if you haven't, and click that bell so you're notified when I drop a new video. Check out my videos. If you haven't seen my other sex ed video, it was virgins answer very personal questions, something like that. I'm gonna put it up here, something like that. But let's get into this reaction. Okay.
Have you ever developed feelings for a co-star or hooked up after filming? Ooh. Ooh. Yes, the tea is hot. How many people have you had sex with? Do you know the number? Oh, no.
Over 100 people, I think. I mean, I guess it's not a lot, is it? I don't know. I've lost all perspective.
I have a list in my phone. Okay, the number right now is at 69. I'm sorry, guys, I have no idea. At first, I was like all proud, but now I'm ashamed to say that. Because you have sex so much. You'll literally walk to a person and be like, hey, nice to meet you. And they'll be like, no, we had sex last week. And then you're like, wow. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's crazy.
How different is your personal sex life from your on-camera sex life? My sex life off camera is definitely more intimate. Like, I can actually touch them and feel them on my chest and everything. We don't have to worry about letting the camera see all the action.
Of course, you enjoy the sex and you want to enjoy the sex, but at the end of the day, it's all a performance. 90% of the things I do on camera, I do not want to do in my room. I'm not like swinging off of a Tarzan vine and backflipping onto him or anything.
They do a lot.
Good and like you feel like you
for the
want to
camera.
Finish, you can. If you're filming, it's like, wait, we still have 2 more positions to do.
I'm kind of having sex backwards. I'm opening up for angles so you guys can see the light and the camera guy can see what's going on. You're not in a private, personal setting.
My sex life is a much more intimate life. I think it's more of a feeling than it is what you actually see. Being able to cry maybe during sex, or maybe even just feeling very vulnerable during sex. I don't necessarily go to that space a lot within my pornography because I'm not sure people actually want to see that. Most people just want to see sex.
Yo, he look like he really do that for real, like really. Like, he look like he just all about it.
A person intimately, like you get to go out, you get to have drinks, you get to eat with a person, you get to know them. That's the fun part. That's the experience. And then eventually, if this is the difference, if you want to have sex, you can.
How has your job affected your sex life? Has it ruined it? No, I feel like my job gave me like superpowers. Because of my job, I'm super open. So I feel like it's easier to get to that point in the relationship of like breaking down all those sexual barriers and just jumping into the fun stuff. In the beginning of my career, I kind of got in this mindset where I was like, if I'm not getting paid to have sex, I'm not doing it. This is my job. I am now professional. And when you do something professional, you're getting paid for it forever. And then I fell in love.
I fell in love.
Well, this isn't very expected of most people, but I'm actually asexual, so I don't have much of a sex life in general. It's like your partner liking football and you not, so you'll go to a football game with him occasionally, but it's not like you're going to be going to football games by yourself or all the time. It was a really big decision to come out as asexual. That immediately can drop your amount of subscribers or followers. I mean, the entire idea of the adult industry is to construct a fantasy. And that fantasy is destroyed when you tell people you aren't sexually interested in them.
I'm starting to believe now I'm asexual because I don't want to have sex with anybody at this point. I think I'm starting to become numb.
Stop the cap.
I don't know what to tell you. But when I entered in the sex industry, I was 18, and I first started off as an escort. I was having like sex with almost 6 guys a day, and now that I'm 23,
6 guys a day? Six guys a day. That's like what? 6 guys a day, 5 days a week. That's what, 30 guys in a week? Am I right? Right? 30 guys in a week? Girl, you slept with 30 guys in a week. Every week? And then you figure, so it's like what? You figure 30 guys a week. There's about 5 weeks in every month. What, that's 150 guys a month? What the frick? Yo.
I feel like I've hit a wall when it comes to sex. It takes a lot to get me
mind blown.
What? I think that has a lot to do with me seeing so many sex partners when I was younger. So yeah, I think that's 18. What it is.
How often is the sex on screen actually pleasurable for you? Are the orgasms real? It was really rare, and I couldn't even tell you the scenes that I actually did because I was so focused on performing.
To be honest, I would probably say 40%.
I thought you were supposed to fake it, so I would just go in there and be like, wow, tomato, I don't know.
Tomato.
I want to answer this is yes. As a porn consumer, I notice when people aren't connecting, and that doesn't turn me on. So for me, my co-star, whoever I'm working with, we have to have a sexual connection. I would say almost every single one of my scenes, I have actually had a real orgasm. I'm not going to bring you on orgasm.
This guy.
I'm not wasting that time.
Who is this guy?
Guys, so we have to really orgasm, or else we don't get paid.
If you can't finish, then they'll fake it for you. So it'd be like a tube, and you would like shoot out like fake. Every shoot like I've ever done, like at least one thing we had to like stop, eat something, or like drink water, or like something to like get us back in the spirits.
Do you watch porn now for pleasure, or does it feel like work? I'm a full-on porn consumer. Now that.
Yo, I'm sorry. He's funny, yo. Cause he really seemed like he really about this life, like yo. Yeah, yo, this is porn boy right here.
COVID. I'm just kidding, but actually.
First of all, it can't be a studio porn. Like, if I know that Brazzers or Evil Angel did it, I'm not watching it. So it has to be amateur. I have to believe that it was real.
It's funny that you ask. The only reason why I don't watch porn is because I'm asexual. I just don't have any particular interest in it.
My co-stars, they're great looking people, but I don't know, I feel weird watching them have sex. I'm like, I gotta film with this person tomorrow. I just had coffee with this person. It's kind of like watching your cousin have sex. Like, you don't want to watch your cousin have sex.
I'll be watching a porn and I'm really judgmental of the guys. I'm like, what's he doing? He's not opening up. I can't see what's going on. Oh, I'm going to change this video. This guy's not opening up.
Do you ever rewatch your own scenes you've done? I rewatch my own scenes to critique myself, and that is it.
For pleasure, I usually watch my own because I remember the sensation and the feeling.
Yeah, I do, but it's kind of weird. Like, I'm watching them to make sure that I did good, like, viewable for people trying to get their jollies off.
How do you protect yourself from STIs and pregnancy? I know girls who are just on birth control, and I know girls who are not on birth control, and they just don't shoot when they're ovulating.
We get tested so often. Every 14 days, and then sometimes it's like more frequently than every 14 days.
Not to say that we don't catch the couple little bacterial infections here and there, and it's kind of part of the job, but we try to be very careful with it.
My sets are only safe sex, so I'm condom only. We clean our sets. I've been to sets that are pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, but sets I use and where I shoot, we always make sure everything is clean. We make sure everything is comfortable.
Have you ever developed?
Yo, he really, he really is about it.
Ooh. Yes, the tea is hot. The majority of the people are pretty hot, so it's hard not to.
Yeah.
It was actually the first guy that I filmed with. So I had like this huge crush on him. I was just amazed by the way he threw it on me.
I have seen problems happen between oh yes, jealousy. I've seen it happen if the partner isn't shooting with their own partner, or all of a sudden the other partner who's in porn doesn't want the other partner to do porn anymore.
Probably not. My job is a full-time job, and it's a real relief to be able to be with someone that takes me away from that a little.
What's the worst part of the job? I always tell this to people. I wouldn't change anything about my job. I would change the way people and society view my job.
I know girls who just got a brand new apartment and moved in there, and they found out what they did to neighbors, and then they like send their pictures to everybody in the complex and like, oh, this girl does porn, make sure you watch out for her. Like stuff like that really does happen.
The mainstream in the world hates pornography, and I'm not sure if we'll ever be accepted. And also the fact that I'm a man who has a vagina, so that's a whole other level. But what I do is I fight against it. Porn would not be as big as it is if people didn't consume it.
Yeah, you heard that, right?
Fight again. And also the fact that in the world hates pornography, and I'm not sure if we'll ever be accepted. And also the fact that I'm a man who has a vagina, so that's a whole other level. But what I do is I fight.
You heard that, right? I'm looking at him totally different right now. What the heck?
Porn would not be.
I mean, I expected it, but
people didn't consume it. This is what I keep trying to tell.
I try to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Hasn't accepted adult entertainers yet, and it really limits what I can do with my future. I'm a violinist, and it was part of my life goals to conduct a high school orchestra one day. I can't do that anymore. That is sacrifice. That is gone. The next job interview I go for after this, I might not get it just because the fact that my nudes are on the internet.
How is the topic of consent handled on set? Very important.
Oh, I love this question. Thank you for asking that question. Earlier on, porn was not about consent. We didn't have these regimen and rules that we have today. People would just show up, have sex. If the girl didn't want to do anal, tough, you're doing anal. I mean, there's been lots of that happening. So that doesn't happen as much anymore.
When you're on set, there's like a checklist of like what you agree to do, and like you talk with the director and your partner. Consent is like my favorite thing, and I think it's hot. Like one of my scenes the other day, like the guy is like, "Can I do this to your vagina?" And I was like, "Can I do this to your penis?"
I get asked to do really bizarre, outrageous things. The list is just a mile long. Role play involving race or rape play. I'm not comfortable with that. I got a lot of requests for custom orders from white supremacists. I practice a philosophy called enthusiastic consent. So unless if I'm absolutely enthusiastic to post it, I do not create it.
Definitely, and I think like I played a part in that mostly because I wasn't aware of how to like articulate my boundaries, or wasn't aware of what my boundaries were. I would just like agree to everything without like asking what that entails.
Yeah,
Shit, so I agree to everything.
And I felt like it was a setup. And the crazy thing was, I was excited to shoot for that company because they were one of the biggest companies on Pornhub. And I felt really comfortable. I'm like, okay, the makeup artist is here. This other assistant, she's here. Usually when there's women on set, I really let my guard down. And me and the director, we started taking photos. And I noticed the house got quiet. And I asked the director, I was like, where are the two women? He was like, oh, they left. And when me and him started filming, he was so rough. And I am a victim of rape. So, like, the things that he was doing, my body just, like, shut down. And it was just so painful.
Sorry, y'all. I forgot I left my phone in there. But anyways, mama called, so you know I gotta pick it up. Anyways, let's get back to this video. Let's get it. Let go.
Oh, like the things that he was doing, my body just like shut down, and It was just so painful having sex with him. By the time I got home, I was just so tired and exhausted, and I locked myself in my room for like 2 days because I couldn't believe what I have gone through.
Do you ever worry about the way the porn industry portrays sex? Yes. The biggest critique I have about the porn industry is it lacks any sense of intimacy, any sense of realness.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think that tube sites are a bad thing. The free porn world is putting out scenes, and it's so easy for children to just get on these sites and to learn from porn scenes.
Just for me as a performer, I really wanted to see more realistic sex instead of something like, hi, my name's Tiffany, and then like anal sex ensues, you know, like like it's a fantasy, not realistic.
You don't see the behind the scenes, the discussion between the scene partners, and I wish us as porn stars, like, we would be more open and tell people like, hey, we gave consent for this. It's not okay to pick up a random girl at a bar and spit in her mouth and slap her.
I feel in straight porn, it's a lot more.
They be doing a lot. let's just say that. I'm not even gonna get too deep into it, but they be doing a lot on those sites, man.
Always submissive, and I just feel like that's rooted in so much like hatred for women and like misogyny. Like a woman has to do what the man wants and like make him feel good.
I think the porn industry is becoming a lot more diversified now, and I'm really excited to see how platforms like OnlyFans adds a sense of realness back into adult material.
We're producing for you, the consumer.
But see, that's the thing. It's like OnlyFans is not supposed to be for that type of stuff. It was made for people who are content creators to just make videos for their fans. OnlyFans. But a lot of people have taken OnlyFans and they done dirty things with it. So it's like it has a bad name, but it wasn't made necessarily for that, which is kind of crazy, but you know.
To watch it. We are in no way wanting children to watch it. We don't even think it's sex ed. It's a fantasy, it's fun. So for me, my work has always been activism. And so really putting it out there and saying, look, I enjoy my life. I enjoy sex. People enjoy watching me have sex. It's a consensual thing between adults who are having a great time and giving it to you to watch to have a great time too. I don't worry about it, but I do think the more we talk about it, it will be less stigmatized.
Alright, there was a lot in this in this video. Comment down below what you feel, what you think. It's interesting. I never knew what it was like for actual stars behind the scenes, so this was interesting to watch. But yeah, comment your beliefs and your thoughts. But like the video if you liked it. Comment down below what you want to see me react to outside this video, and I'll see you in the next video. No cap.
I stay on my job. Your boy be working too hard. I got dreams of living large, buying houses and expensive cars.